Distantly following a video exploring nostalgic Welsh cartoons, this video explores nostalgic Welsh cartoons. The term cartoon here is being used to denote all forms of animation rather than solely hand-drawn material. All mentioned works are available on YouTube and linked in the description below. Being alphabetically ordered, the list begins with Fantastic Max! This series, following the space-based adventures of an articulate baby, his alien doll, and their toy robot companion, was a co-production between Hanna-Barbera and Welsh production company Callisto Limited, created by Mike Young of Super Ted fame. Some irritating characterization and unnecessary unfitting fourth wall breaks prevent the show from achieving animated TV classic status in my mind, but its sense of imagination, humour and adventure provide worthy entertainment, and these details I criticised wouldn't even be viewed as issues by the audience of children that the series is aimed at. I'm judging more harshly because I think some cartoons on this list potentially appeal more to older audiences than Fantastic Max, even though, like Fantastic Max, they were predominantly aimed at children. One example being Gerald of Wales, the tale of the titular priest and historian's journey around the land of song in 1188. As narrated by his page, voiced by comedian and musician Max Boyce, 800 years after this event, meaning that at the time this TV special was made, the narrator was at least 810 years old. Does everyone over 800 years old sound like Max Boyce? I don't. But to be fair, I'm only 801, only just over 800, though I feel as if I'm 802. Informative, engaging, with a consistent, layered sense of humour and surprising maturity, this feature-length title is recommended to fans of history or slightly surreal comedy. The journey that Gerald, his page, and the Archbishop of Canterbury embarked on might have been more enjoyable if they'd just waited a few centuries and travelled with the Starhill Ponies. Created by the aforementioned Mike Young, Liz Young, and in tandem with Bumper Film Studios, this fluidly animated stop-motion series is devoted to the adventures of a young girl, her neighbours, friends, family, and horses. The characters feel somewhat bland and the premise holds little personal appeal. Granted, the show's target demographic is children, and, as we previously established, I'm 801 years old. However, the charm of other Bumper Films projects such as Fireman Sam and Joshua Jones, as well as numerous other children's series, are immediately clear to me even as an adult. Though underwhelming overall, the strength of the visuals and versatile voice acting of Andrew Sachs and Josie Lawrence are clear. It may appeal to children with an interest in all things equine. The following cartoon, though, is a testament to the Bible in animation. Oh, is that why it's got that title? These faithful, condensed biblical adaptations expertly navigate a wide range of animation styles and ultimately form an ambitious, sophisticated, accessible, and engaging piece of work, complete with powerful voice acting and passionately crafted appropriate music. Despite its themes, it isn't necessary for a viewer to hold religious beliefs in order to find value in this Welsh-Russian collaboration. In fact, it holds the broadest demographic appeal of any cartoon on this list. It potentially appeals more to adults than it does to children. Although, of course, I'll need to wait to become an adult in order to confirm that. I thought I would be one by now. I mean, I am 801 years old after all. If you're wondering whether I'll revisit this series, the answer is yes, I will. Quack, quack. Originally released in Welsh and later in English, the adventures of the titular young duck are displayed in approximately 5-minute installments of perhaps the most outwardly Welsh animated series in existence. There's a stiff quality to the animation that feels reminiscent of a move-in children's book, an appropriate detail given the source material. The authentic music is pleasing and the late Myfanwy Talog's voice performance is a major highlight. Although it isn't immediately relatable, Will is an approximately 8-year-old cartoon duck, which I find hard to identify with because I stopped being a cartoon duck when I turned 7. This is a fairly pleasant, amusing piece of relaxed, casual viewing, with which I conclude the list. Similarly themed videos will be linked in the card above, or the upcoming end screen, and as I mentioned earlier, links to all featured cartoons are included in the description below. Thanks for watching, and if I don't see you next time, I'll assume you're Googling the question, at what age does a person stop being a cartoon duck? Let me know what the answer is. We know how people wore their hair and how they brushed their teeth. We know what clothes they wore on top and what they wore beneath. We know how people ate their food and on what sort of plate, 'cause Gerald wrote on Wales in 1188.